Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Big Purpose Mastermind here. We have got a fun week today. We have a fun week today. Do you like that? Anyway, awesome stuff. We've got Clint Pulver week and super excited to jump into that. Want to welcome you today. If you are watching this live, give me a hashtag live. It is Memorial Day. If you're watching this as a rebroadcast or if you're in the library, give me a hashtag replay. Anyway, love to connect with you on that. We have got some really cool stuff today as we are looking at Clint Pulver. So all week we are looking at Clint Pulver, looking at what he is doing to show up and share his big purpose. He's doing remarkable things. You're absolutely going to love this. Actually, I want to just kind of back up. And if this is your first time here, if you're new to Big Purpose Mastermind, what this is about is it is a series of videos that help people who feel they have a purpose, they have a calling, they have a life's work to accomplish, and they're not quite sure how to do that. If this sounds like you, if you're trying to figure out how to live your big purpose, your calling, your mission, what you're going to find in this series is we look at masters of influence, people who are making a great difference in their lives and in the lives of other people, really. And we see what they're doing right that really helps, and then we use that in our lives. So if you are one of those people, you're absolutely going to love this, and super excited to share Clint Pulver Week. So with that, let me just actually real quick, let's run through the week, okay? So today is Monday, day one. We're going to talk about his origin story. We're going to talk about like where he came from, how he started out, and you're absolutely going to love this. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about overcoming obstacles. On Wednesday, so day 3, we'll talk about how he's using video to accomplish his big purpose. On day 4, we will talk about some of his innovative video strategies. He's doing some really cool stuff. Some of that we'll show you today and throughout the week. And then on Friday, we're actually going to have Clint Pulver in for an interview. So if you would like to interview Clint, again, this is a mastermind. I want to be able to help you with what you are struggling with, where you're at with your big purpose. And if you want to talk to Clint or other people, direct message me. Let me know the question or questions that you would like to ask, and hopefully you'll get picked and you'll be able to come on the show and be able to ask your questions to Clint. So that will be Friday. All of these take place at 8 a.m. Mountain Time, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Okay. So with that, before we jump right into Clint's full week, let me just share with you the quote of the day. Okay. So the quote of the day is: "The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived a life. You have lived a life well." I'm sorry, I'm not reading that. Have lived well. Sorry, Ralph Waldo Emerson. I totally butchered his quote. Okay, yeah, the purpose of life is to help other people. And if you feel you've got that calling, that mission, that purpose, what you are going to find in Big Purpose Mastermind is a lot of help from some of those masters of influence. Real quick, if you missed previous weeks, jump into schoolofhumanity.tv. Actually, let me just put that up in the captions so that you can see that. Absolutely free. You can jump back in there, see previous episodes. We did Marie Forleo a couple of weeks ago. We did Mel Robbins last week, Les Brown, Meg Johnson, and we got some really cool stuff. This week, the entire week is devoted to Clint Pulver. Now, if you already know Clint Pulver, if you are a Clint Pulver fan, welcome. You're going to get great stuff out of this. If you have not yet met him, you're going to be introduced to a remarkable man who is doing amazing stuff. He just released a new book, and anyway, a lot of really cool stuff that we're going to talk about there. So with that, let me just jump into, let's see. Let me just jump in. I want to turn this off, and I want to, let's see, what am I missing? Okay, I think it is time to share with you Clint's video. Okay, so we're talking origin story. So Clint Pulver is a motivational speaker, He's a public speaker. Now, if you are a speaker, if you are somebody that is working to make a difference in the lives of others, a lot of times speakers, okay. Sorry, I got to back up. I'm kind of butchering this morning. Sorry about that. It's Memorial Day. I got to play basketball a little bit longer this morning, which was really fun. And maybe that has fried my brain. I don't know. Okay, what we're going to talk about this today is Clint uses his origin story to really connect with people so that they understand who he is, what he's about. And it's a tremendous way for him to really connect with others. Now, the way that I coach people to be able to really show up and live their purpose is to position themselves as a trusted source. Okay, so it's a little bit different than being an influencer or something like that. When you are a trusted source, people look to you for the answers in the expertise that you have. So, when I talk to mothers who, that like they've raised 5 boys and they're like, what do I do now? I want to teach people, but I don't have I'm not an expert. Well, yes, you are. You are an expert in raising boys and then now figuring out your new identity. Whatever your expertise is, you do have that expertise. And if you can wrap that in a story, you can really connect with your audience. Okay. And you can be that trusted source for them. You can serve, you can sell, and you can scale. And we talked about throughout the week and throughout the series. But I just want to point that out to you. Oh, man. Clint does an amazing job of this. So he is a public speaker and he understands the power of stories. Now, most public speakers actually figure this out pretty quick and they get really good at storytelling. But what they generally do is they hold their best stuff back. They hold their best stuff back for when they're on stage and then they can share their stories and they've got rapt attention with everyone there. And Clint set that aside and he shared one of his best stories in video. So a lot of times people see this before they even meet him. And a lot of public speakers don't have the confidence to do that, but because he did that, it has done remarkable things for him. So I'm going to share with you this inspirational video. He calls it Be a Mr. Jensen. Let's start off the beginning of this and let me know in the comments if you can hear this okay.
I had a lot of memories from when I was a child. One that's always stuck out to me, though, was when I was about 10 years old. And I was...
Okay, I'm just going to interrupt right there. So what he does is he dramatizes this story, okay? But he roots it back into him being a motivational speaker. So you see the very first images is him talking to you and sharing a little bit of his story. So it positions him as a thought leader, as a trusted source, as a speaker. But then he goes into this dramatic narrative. So let's keep going.
One that's always stuck out to me, though, was when I was about 10 years old and I was in school and I struggled. And I didn't struggle with English, math, or science. I struggled holding still. And I would try to listen and focus and process ideas, but I couldn't help myself. And to be honest, I would sit there and then I would just start tapping. And the students in the class would look at me and they'd say, hey, stop tapping. A lot of the time, I didn't even realize I was doing it. And then eventually even the teachers got after me and they would yell at me and they'd say, Clint, you have to stop tapping. It got so bad that I got sent to the principal's office for tapping. And he said to me, okay, maybe when you go back to class, just try sitting on your hands. So I did. I went back to class, and when I felt myself starting to tap, I did this. I sat on my hands. And that worked for about 5 seconds. One time I was tapping in class, and my teacher, Mr. Jensen, looked at me, and he yelled. And he said, Clint, stay after class. And I thought to myself, this is it. I am done. Now, I've always been the type of person that believes that a single moment in time can change a person's life.
Listen to this.
And this was one of those moments for me.
Okay, so I'm just going to stop there. I put a link in the chat. If you're watching this live or a rebroadcast on either YouTube or Facebook, you can click that link and you can watch it. That's your homework for today. I'm not going to spoil the show. I'm not going to play the whole video for you. I'm not going to let you, I want you to be able to see how it ends. I won't give you any spoilers there. But I want to just kind of step back and look at what he's doing here. Okay, he's telling this story, but he's telling it with a dramatic narrative. Check out this little kid that he's got in there. I mean, it looks just like him, like the hair is styled the same way. One of the remarkable things about this, Clint directed this himself. He produced this himself. He did the casting. He put all these things together. He didn't have a ton of money when he was starting out, but he believed in what he was doing. He believed in his calling. He believed in his mission. He invested in himself in telling this dramatic narrative. And then he had the confidence to put that out there. And it took off. It became a viral video. On YouTube, it says 1.4 million views. I know when I talked to Clint, I think he said that 14 million actually views have seen this. And he told me that it was like 90% of his bookings or something like that come because people have seen this video and they know who he is. They know what he's about. What he's telling in here is his origin story. This is who I am. This is how I started out. This is how I came to be. Okay, you can do this too. You can absolutely take your story, figure out, what is it that caused you to be the expert in what you are the expert in, to be serving people the way that you are. What is it that makes you the trusted source that you are? When you take that story and then you tell it in a dramatic narrative like that, you can create a great difference. Now, I just want to play one last part one more time.
Next to his desk, and he said,
let's see. Shoot, I might have missed it. But anyway, he says in there, I believe that there's one moment in time that could change you. He's talking about his origin story, one moment in time. But that is what he speaks about. And when he comes and he connects with his audiences, he wants this to be that moment. This moment right now that we're together, that we're chatting. He wants there to be a shift in your life. And in the way that he speaks, in the way that he presents, he's wrapped that all into a story that when they see this, they can say, hey, okay, that could be me. I could learn from him and I could make those shifts and those changes. So anyway, I just want to point that out to you. Also, I put in the chat, again, if you're watching this live or a rebroadcast on Facebook or YouTube, click that link. You can watch his video. If you need to Google it, it's called Clint Pulver, Be a Mr. Jensen. Okay, I want you to watch that. That is your homework because we're going to talk about the video tomorrow. And tomorrow, there may be some spoilers if you didn't finish your homework today. Okay, it's a great video, remarkable things. But this is how he has launched his career, is by telling his story in a dramatic way, having the confidence that he's not going to give away or spoil his best material when he's on stage, holding back his gold. The way you truly serve is you give away your gold. You give away your best stuff to people freely. And when you do that, they connect with you. They see you as that trusted source and they're able to respond to you. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. Let's see, what else? Did I talk about if you would like to interview Clint, we're going to have him here on Friday. If you'd like to interview him or somebody else, just direct message me on Facebook and let me know what your question would be. And it's really cool. We're going to have, anyway, it's going to be very interactive on Friday. Make sure you tune in on Friday. If you have missed any other episodes, go to schoolofhumanity.tv. You'll jump in here to the library. You'll be able to catch all the other episodes of the great masters of influence that we've had on. But I hope that you live your purpose. I hope you show up, that you share, that you make that connection with other people, that the things that you have learned, the expertise that you have, as you give back, as you share with other people, that you can truly live your purpose by making your life meaningful to other people. Yes, you have a purpose. Super happy to help you discover what that is or how to best connect that with others. And to get the best help, just go to schoolofhumanity.tv. With that, we will see you tomorrow.